Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Two behemoth conferences, bragging rights at stake, the SEC versus the Big Ten. It's the USC Trojans and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Guys, as you know, Alabama coming off a terrific year last year, getting back into the college football playoff and getting to the second round. But this team has more to prove. They lost their quarterback, Ty Simpson, to the draft, but they still have one of the most dynamic wide receivers in the country. Brian Coleman-Williams is looking for a little redemption after a low production year last year. The fans can't wait to see what this version of the Crimson Tide will look like this season. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. So USC's kicker headed to the football to start this 2026 season. On the run from inside his own 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Looking for room, it's Hill. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. Let's talk about Alabama. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
Throwing Russell. Complete. Quick spin on the run. Snags it, and there's running room. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know, receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it. You've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
Looking downfield, it's Russell. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, speed, and speed. It kills you. If guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense completely on their heels, and now they're all the way backed up against their own goal line.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And I'm good with it. I like the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Touchdown, Bama! The short hands in the end
exciting way to start this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute it, and that was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jordan. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to pass. It's Mayava. Williams open on the right side. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
QBs, when they see these zone coverages, man, some of them panic. Some of them throw it too quickly and can make bad decisions. I like how he waited a little bit, waited for the right window, the right opportunity. There's always going to be holes in zones. I just got to be a little bit patient.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front, establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Bringing the heat. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
How loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Got his man. At the 40, there he goes. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in, because this passing attack, it's lethal, because they get it to their speedsters, and after their catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
There's some room. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. The Trojans have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's in. Touchdown, Southern Cal. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the extra point is good. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Tide ready to roll on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
And good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
That one never had a chance. Incomplete. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, watching this DB on film, I just love his ability to break on the ball. And I think he was anticipating on 3rd and long that time, the offense throwing it right around the sticks. So he was able to drive on the football and secure that interception.
Caught by Williams on the right. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Trying to run, it's Jordan. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere, and sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break.
Touchdown, Trojans! Fitted in the window for the score. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Welcome to college. First carry for the freshman. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like, some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now softened them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep. Not able to connect there.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. The offense changing the play. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Trying to make magic on the score. It's a fumble on the play. And they put it on the deck, but it gets out of bounds to avoid the turnover.
Man, that's one of those where you just go, dadgummit, if we had a little bit more space. Nice job creating the fumble, but just running out of real estate, not able to land on it. Man, you just get a little bit frustrated because you wanted that turnover. You caused the fumble. You just couldn't secure it.
Keelan Russell. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Right down the middle. The short hands, it's Edwards. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing plays. So they'll do whatever it takes to win.
After the incomplete pass, there is a player still down, and they'll come out to check on him. So now it's 2nd and long. Russell. Working that left side now. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. Again, it's Russell. He's got the back in the middle. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Miller with the ball. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. To the ground. He's got it again. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Man, I really love the way this guy looks when he's toting the rock. You think about all the high school kids out there who dream about one day donning a USC jersey and being the starting running back for the Trojans. There's so much competition, not just in the state of California, but nationally, to come to this school and be the guy, to be RB1. He's on the field for a reason. This guy is unique. He's got speed and vision. What a weapon.
And the Trojans can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the gun, running back on the move. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
The Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Looking down the middle. Got him downfield. Brought down at the 10-yard line, and a nifty pickup after the grab on that one.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy and making an accurate throw.
Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
The play closer you get to the end zone, the more you start to bring big bodies on the field, right? The field shrinks. I'm worried about you running the football, particularly up the middle. But how about the offense? Does a nice job tossing the ball on the perimeter, going out there, getting some positive yards, trying to get 7. I ain't settling for no field goal.
Handoff from the gun. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Trojans.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes that Alabama offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Throwing Russell. Pocket breaking down. He's going to take off. Trying to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Here's a return from midfield. Smashes through the tackle. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Running inside, it's Jordan. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Mayava. Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And the Trojans have moved it inside the 20. Looking downfield on first down. Oh, he makes the catch. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. They get a nice pickup on this crossing route against the zone, and everybody executed in unison, Jesse.
Yeah, and Reese, this offense, they've got a plan in the passing game. They've got some stuff ready for man coverage, and they've got some zone beaters as well. And just saw one there on the crossing route.
What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. He'll throw on 3rd down. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, USC. Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone.
Defense has to be better on the back end. They knew this offense was going to come out, and they were going to challenge them. They were going to try to push the ball vertically down the field. They've now given up 2 touchdown passes in this game. They have got to shore up their play in the back half.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. He'll bring it back looking for help. And the returner is stopped. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Quarterback may change this route. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Just a little too eager there, and they'll back up 5, and it's 1st and 15. Keelan Russell throws to the tight end. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Russell. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
That's a bad decision by the quarterback. In that area of the field, you have got to be careful. If the guy's not wide open, you've got to throw that football away, because not only are you getting it picked off, but he's returning it now down close to your goal line and setting his offense up in great field position.
Here's a heat. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Touchdown, Southern Cal! Quick strike through the air for the score. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. Here's the return from inside his 10. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. The run inside. It's Hill. Makes it past the marker. Out to the 35-yard line, and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. They'll give it to him again. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He might want another play. Russell throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Open spaces. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown time.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to. But at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way. But the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish the drive with a 64-yard scoring toss. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
Right, here we go.
They'll move the tight end. On the ground, it's Jordan. Could be an alley. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. And he was able to get back on top of it.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, week 1, the start of a brand new season, and it's our pleasure to welcome you into the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with a look at North Carolina taking on the TCU Horned Frogs. And it's the Tar Heels with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team, pushing them to 1-0 on the short season.
Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. He'll bring it out. It's Lockhart. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. Here comes the USC offense to get this drive underway. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to throw, it's Mayava. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Fires on the move. This time he's got it. Good, solid pickup on that one, and they've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside at wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and nothing's changing. If they can't cover us,
might have a chance. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit.
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. The defense does the work itself with a pick 6.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And, Dave, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Their lead down to 2 touchdowns as they go back to work on this drive. Powers through the defender. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. second down. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Finds his tight end. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
Man, nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly, understanding the big fella's open. And the big fella, I don't mean an offensive lineman anymore. That's what tight ends used to be, is just an extension of the O-line. These guys are now extensions at receiver. They can make big plays, get him the ball, run after the catch.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
That's reeled in. It's Bowman. First catch of the season and his career for this freshman tight end. The Trojans want to crank the tempo. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. They're working that left side. Oh, he didn't get there, and what a stop against an offense that's been magnificent on 3rd down.
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense, too, right? There was a broken tackle. The guy made it look like he was going to pick up the first, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Trying to keep the drive alive. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down.
Yeah, 4th and inches, midfield. Go ahead. Go for it. I love the play call by the head coach. Trust your offensive line to get some movement up front. Let's keep this drive going.
Looking for space. It's Jordan. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Motion from the wideout. Off the play fake. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries. You got to get pressures. And when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
They booted away on 4th down. We'll get a stoppage here for an injured player for the Tide. Trainers are out there having a look at this freshman defensive tackle to see if he is going to be able to continue. Making side adjustments here. Going to the running game. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
Throwing Russell. Got it in the middle. It's Rodgers. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
This is why there's a lot of receivers that go alligator arms and they start tiptoeing over the middle of the field because you don't want to be living where these big physical linebackers are. This guy, though, completely fearless, crosses the defender's face. He makes the catch, gets absolutely laid out by the linebacker, but he holds on anyway.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Makes the grab. It's Edwards. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. Again, it's Russell. It's complete to the left.
Guys on the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Keelan Russell. Here comes the heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting them a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
That's one thing this defense takes a lot of pride on. They like tackling the catch, and they like being around the ball. That time, he was in proximity to knock that thing loose. Nice physical play.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there.
Dude, how about that? Boom. I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position.
Oh, he's got some space. Ridden out of bounds at the 14-yard line, and that'll give them a bit more room to operate. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Give to the back. And they'll knock him down for a 5-yard loss.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up 3rd down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. And the Trojans will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Russell gets it out quickly. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. We take just a minute to look at the stats as they are threatening to put this one away. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Wants to throw. It's Russell. He's going for it all. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Tries to get it on the ground. And some great 4th down defense against the run.
And that's exactly where you want one of your best football players, right in the middle of your defense. And watch that dude hunt, man. 4th down, and he flies up, finds the football, makes the big play for this defense. He's the guy who they talk to in the headset, and he's the guy who just made the big play.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Miller. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Got it behind the line. It's Williams. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You've got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
Finds maybe some room here. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right.
Got enough space. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. Tries to get it himself. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
And that's tough to do. Quarterback sneaks are thinking, get the ball quick, get upfield, try to get what you can, try to get those first downs. But the defensive line just owning the offensive line. Nowhere to go for the quarterback. There was no sneaking. There was no yardage. There was nothing to do.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Trojans.
Yeah, and how about this offense, man, putting another drive together, getting in the end zone. And here's the deal. Going on the road, handling these conditions in game 1, they've done a phenomenal job.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Well, no doubt that's where the quarterback wanted to go with the ball from jump, but better job by the defense forcing the incompletion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Throwing Russell. He's got him this time. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
And it's hard to imagine a defense losing the big fella, losing the tight end, but where was the coverage? Something broke down right there between linebackers and safeties to try to figure out where he was. He's the beneficiary, catches the football, a lot of grass in front of him to make a big play.
Scanning the field, it's Russell. Here's the pressure, and down he goes.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. After the big first down sack for the D, it's 2nd down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Keelan Russell. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the 4th quarter.
Russell on play action. Oh, they're after him. Connection to the right. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
Well, that play action fake, it just froze the defense for a split second. That allowed the tight end time to work his route, get vertical down the field, and pick up a big gainer for the offense.
Rushes on him. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Russell fires to the wideout. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you. Right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
Here's how the career starts. His first carry. Picks up the first down. He'll be out of bounds. Good pickup on that play, and we're at the 2-minute timeout. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Could not make his way to the corner. In their vision of that play, someone would run free after making an easy catch. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to go except down.
Probably looked really good when they drew that one up on the board this week in practice, but honestly, a lot more difficult to go out and execute. Give the defense credit. Great stop.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
He'll try to get to the marker himself. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play. The Trojans will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the O. And the defense tried to cheat a little space and get in that neutral zone, but it's still 1st and goal. Tight end now in motion. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
This is what you love to see from your red zone defense now. You're making the opponent go backwards. Really nice stop on the run, TFL. Now you got a big 2nd down. Here probably expecting the offense to throw it with a little bit more room to work with.
He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Trojans.
Well, this offense said they wanted to start the year all gas and no brakes, and that's exactly what this game has shown. From the very opening whistle, this offense has been in sync. They've been explosive. Defense has had no answer for them. This unit is going to give teams problems because of their playmaking ability all year long.
And they tacked on the extra point. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Gonna run it. It's Hill. just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21.
Listen, I'm not one for moral victories, and obviously they're trailing by a lot of points late in this game, and they are going to lose, but it is a good sign if you're the head coach of this team that you're seeing your guys out there still competing and still fighting until there's zeros on the clock.
Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. He wants a big play here late. And this is dropped and incomplete, and that's sort of a microcosm of how this game has gone, and time has run out.